Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through a game I played. This is the original Marshall, the OG Marshall Gambit. Um, it was played a couple months ago against Ari Archer from Coffee Chess fame, and let's get into it. I had black. E4, E5, knight of 3, and bishop E5. That signals the Ruy Lopez. Uh, A6 I played, classical Morphy defense. I know nowadays knight f6 is another popular alternative, the Berlin defense. I played a6, um, bishop a4, knight f6, counterattacking in the center, castles, bishop e7, and rook e1. Now that white has defended his e-pawn, there's actually a threat of bishop takes knight and then knight takes pawn, holding a center pawn. So um, black's pretty much compelled to uh, break that pin. So b5, bishop b3, and then castles. So this signals a willingness to play the Marshall counterattack. If d6, this will most likely lead to the classical Ruy Lopez closed system with c3, h3, d4, castles, knight here. Very standard. It's been well analyzed over the years. But I played castles, c3. Um, Again, I could transpose back into the clotheslines with d6, but the Marshall is d5. Pawn takes. You can see by trading pawns in the center, you've unleashed another attacker on the e-pawn. This is where the gambit comes into play. So knight takes, rook takes. So white has won a pawn, and there's a threat on the knight. So the original Marshall, as Frank Marshall played it, and as I played in this game, was knight f6. Many years later, Boris Spassky would popularize the move c6, which is a stronger move. This has a very good reputation. Just leaving the knight in the center and solidifying that, and then being able to play bishop d6, queen here. Black's going to get long-term compensation for the pawn. But this move is not without its poison. It was said that Frank Marshall waited like many years in order to spring this on Capablanca. So knight comes back, is going to redeploy to kingside. So after knight f6, we have h3, trying to keep pieces out of the g4 square. Played bishop d6, rook e1, and knight g4 anyway. So this is a very tricky move here. If we take, queen's going to come out here with some real nasty threats with the check down here, also with the bishop taking here. White's probably going to have to give up a queen in order to stave off mate in that situation. So we have the move queen f3, attacking the rook in the corner. I played queen h4, indirectly defending the rook with pressure on the f2 pawn. And then Ari played rook e4. That deviates from the original Marshall. In that game, it went d4. Knight takes f2. Again, this is a very tricky move, so one would wonder, well, can I just take here, right? The problem with this move is bishop check. I'll show you why bishop check in a minute, but let's compare that to bishop here. One would think, well, you just go here, right? The problem with this move is white has the stunner. Queen takes f7. If the rook takes, we have a back rank mate. So, very tactical. But instead, black throws the check in first, king over, and then here. Now this doesn't work because the rook takes back with check. Gives black time to defend against the back rank mate. So very clever. So let's go back. In the game, Capablanca played rook e2. And black's got some issues here. He's going to have to sacrifice some material in order to continue the attack. Marshall tried bishop g4, pawn takes, bishop check, king over, and bishop g3, trying to set up some nasty threats down here. Game continued with rook takes. Capablanca is going to give some material back. So after rook takes, we have queen check. This move is forced. And then we have bishop takes f2. Pressure, black is threatening this here, so Capablanca played his bishop to d2. And then we've got bishop coming back, trying to extract here. Kappa finds a nice move, queen h3. Black cannot trade. So we have rook check, king d3, queen check, king c2. And now in this position, Capablanca has found some relative safety with for his king, and actually went on to win this in 36 moves. After the game, he said, "I felt honor-bound to take the pawn, as my position should then be defendable." Turned out he was right. And, even all these years later, computer analysis, black is lacking. Black is lacking. But a lot of moves in there that white really has to know or be able to find over the board. So I think it's worth looking at in blitz. Let's go back to our game. Ari did not play d4 here. He found this move, rook e4. So I play h5. But this is not the best move. This gives him a chance. Best move in this position for black is king h8. The idea is it breaks the pin, and f5 is going to come in with force. Notice that after king h8, rook takes g4, fails. To bishop takes g4, queen takes g4, rook e8, back rank threat. King tries to come over here. Queen comes back, another mate threat. It's getting ugly. Now what is white going to do? So queen came back. But now black can come into e5, threatening to come in this way. and that's a big problem. So if you go here, say, trying to block that out, then queen goes to e4, threatening there. And then if the king tries to come in here, now we come in, check, and it takes, and you're going to lose this. If you don't take, if you just say go here, then just take here, winning. So let's go back. So I played h5. Again, not the best move. And then here, Ari played d4. So this is also problematic. His best move here is to just play d3. The idea being, if I go bishop b7, just go knight d2. This gives white a pretty large advantage with the exchange sacrifice. If he takes, knight takes, that's a threat. Bishop here is a threat. White's doing well here. So in this position, Ari did not play d3. He played d4. But there's a problem with this move. Bishop b7. He tried the exchange sacrifice. Rook takes knight. Pawn takes. Queen takes. But here's the shocker. Rook e8. Threatens a back rank mate. His best move in this position is bishop d2. But white has a cute move here. Queen h6. And he's really just bottled up here. This is difficult. Ari tried bishop e3. And maybe you guys can spot the tactic here that ended the game. The move I played was rook takes. Very cute. So can't take the queen still because of this, and if he takes here, that's mate. So this is the final position. Hope you guys enjoyed it, learned a couple things. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this format, I'll do some more. Take care.